Welcome to another edition of SKNIS Week in Review, a program that highlights the top stories of the work of the government of St. Kitts and Nevis for the past week. Let's take a quick look at some of the highlights for the week of July 27th to August 2nd. Mary Child's Hospital gets new EMT and dental service, revised National Cultural Policy nears completion, Sir Tapley presented with first official copy of ECSC's magazine, PM Harris bids farewell to Taiwanese ambassador. I am your presenter, Sherma Matthew. Residents in Molyneux and the surrounding villages can now enjoy dental and 24-hour EMT ambulance service at the Mary Child's Hospital, thanks to the recommissioning of these services as part of the government's mandate to fulfill goal number 3 of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, on improving family health. Minister of State with responsibility for health, the Honorable Wendy Phipps, said that the community and institution-based health services needs to work hand in hand to help improve the overall standard of living for citizens in the Federation.
It is part of the ongoing commitment that the Team Unity administration has made to the people of this country in terms of the improvement of healthcare, especially given the formidable challenges that we are facing. These challenges are numerous. The one most notable is our challenge with non-communicable diseases. We recognize that for us to have the proper response, both our community-based healthcare approach and our institution-based healthcare approach must work in tandem. But in order to do so properly, we must strengthen the community or primary healthcare base for that to happen.
Minister Phipps added that the reintroduction of the EMT ambulance service will be an enhancement of what previously existed, creating a quicker response time to emergency care island-wide. She also said that the opening of the dental clinic will alleviate the pressure from the Parkson Medical Center in Sandy Point, which is temporarily the primary public dental facility due to the temporary closure of the Newtown Dental Clinic. Wednesday's August 1st edition of Working for You highlighted cultural developments in the Federation when officials from the Ministry of Culture appeared on the program to interact with the general public. A vital aspect discussed was the National Cultural Policy in St. Kitts and Nevis, which was revised to capture the people's unique identity and preserve, protect, and promote that identity in a manner that brings benefit to all citizens. Stanley Knight, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Culture, said it was prudent to revise the policy as the original one was focused on the actions of the Department of Culture and the Government of St. Kitts and Nevis in relation to the preservation and promotion of culture as opposed to the interaction of citizens. He added that there are 7 pillars that will guide the revised policy.
1 is to promote national identity through the documentation, coordination, and promotion of cultural values, practices, and mores. So this now is what we talk about, the person on the road being able to identify with it. The second is to promote the cultural sector as a vehicle of social development. Then target the cultural and creative industries as an area of major economic activity. Then preserve, protect, and promote our national intangible and tangible cultural heritage.
The other 3 pillars are establish the links between the cultural policy and the other national policies and legislation to achieve the goals and objectives of the national cultural policy, ratify and create linkages between the cultural policy and regional and international agreements and conventions, and conduct research and measurement of the socio-economic contribution of the creative and cultural industry. His Excellency Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, echoed his delight of being chosen to be presented with the first official copy of the magazine of the Organizing Committee of the Eastern Caribbean Supreme Court, ECSC, during a ceremony that marked the launch of the magazine in commemoration of the 50th anniversary of the inauguration of the ECSC.
I deem it a great honor that Government House and the Governor General has been chosen for this magazine to be presented. I've had the advantage, of course, as one who contributed the foreword, of seeing the finished product, and I can commend it to all. I think it encapsulates so much of the history of the legal profession and the immense contribution that has been made to the society in St. Kitts and Nevis. And so certainly I'd like to thank the committee for this excellent introduction.
The Governor General added that it was important to have a production of such magazine so as to have some evidence of and the contribution of the legal profession over the years. He encouraged all to purchase a copy, which can be obtained from the registrar's offices in both St. Kitts and Nevis for EC $50. Proceeds from the sale of the magazine will be able to further assist the needy. Proceeds from activities held in December 2017 went towards neighboring islands such as Dominica, Anguilla, Tortola, and Bermuda that were ravaged by Hurricanes Irma and Maria. Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, personally thanked His Excellency George Galway Chiu, Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, to the Federation, for his commitment to the nation's development and for his work to strengthen the ties between both nations.
I want to say thanks again to the Ambassador for the many endeavors, for the special support that he brought to us in the area of national security, particularly through the build-out of Phase 1 of the CCTV project. We are anticipating that Phase 2 will start imminently. The matter of the public safety and security, that matter continues to weigh heavy on the minds of the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. We want to assure the people of St. Kitts and Nevis that the support that we are having from your government will be put to their beneficial use.
Ambassador George Galway Chiu officially demitted office on August 4th, 2018, and will be succeeded by His Excellency Ambassador Tom Lee. Ambassador Chiu said he will be leaving his post with very fond memories of St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as with bonds of friendship that he was able to forge during his 3 years in the Federation. Other government officials, including Senior Minister the Honorable Vance Amory and Minister of Foreign Affairs the Honorable Mark Grantley, also bade farewell to the ambassador. While in St. Kitts and Nevis, Ambassador Chiu implemented and guided the completion of several successful projects and programs that positively impacted several sectors, including national security, health, and education. These included the implementation of the nationwide CCTV project, the expansion of the LED streetlight project, mobilization of financial assistance for construction of the National Heroes Park, the rollout of the Hospital Information System HIS at the Joseph N. France General Hospital, the implementation of a digitized Land Administration Information System LAIS in St. Kitts and Nevis, as well as the finalization of a solar farm project. The registration process for the Historic Household Support Program, being introduced by the Government of St. Kitts and Nevis, got underway following a briefing session for enumerators at the Ministry of Health's conference room. Under this program, households earning less than EC $3,000 per month will receive an additional $500 monthly. For the next 2 weeks, enumerators who were also required to sign a confidentiality agreement will be present in each of the community centers on St. Kitts to assist residents in filling out their questionnaires. In areas where there are no community centers or where the community center is unfit for use, alternative venues will be provided. Individuals are asked to take note that only one questionnaire should be completed by each household. The data collected will later be verified and analyzed to ensure that only suitably qualified persons benefit and that there is no abuse. The Ministry of International Trade, Industry and Commerce launched its interactive and informative new website and simultaneously relaunched the SKN Shoppers app. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of International Trade, Industry and Commerce, and Consumer Affairs, Jasmine Weeks, said that the redesign of the website is intended to make it easier to navigate for better interaction with the public. She added that the relaunch of the SKN Shopper app was necessary to provide more awareness of the benefits of the app for consumers to generate a renewed and increased awareness in the public.
In an increasingly virtual age, a web portal represents the public face of an organization or institution, as well as a forum for interaction with partners, colleagues, and consumers. In the case of the Ministry of International Trade, this web page is intended to provide viewers with current and valuable information on the work of the Ministry of International Trade et al., as we seek to function effectively and efficiently in the interest of the public. We were of the strong conviction that by redesigning a web page that was functional and easy to navigate, we can better connect with our clients and ensure that the public stays well informed at all times.
The website features up-to-date information for the various divisions of the ministry and their respective services, latest news updates, and video portal. It also shows a list of accomplishments and various statistics on certifications the ministry would have achieved, while the SKN Shoppers mobile app provides up-to-date information on current prices of goods at various supermarkets in the Federation. It also allows shoppers to search products and compare prices from different zones throughout the Federation. A team from Mississippi State University, MSU, is currently in St. Kitts and Nevis to conduct an assessment on environmental issues as part of a funded grant that was submitted to the 100,000 Strong Partners of the Americas. The aim of the grant is to have an exchange between students from the United States and other institutions in the Western Hemisphere. Professor and the department head for geoscience at MSU, Dr. John Rogers, further explained his presence in the Federation.
We have really two missions. One is to do some preliminary research looking at environmental issues. In particular, we're looking at the climate variability, and we're also looking at the harmful algal blooms of the sargassum and trying to look at the impact of that to the local community. We're also having an exchange, and so there's reciprocal visits between our institutions.
Two students, Nichelle Huggins and Alexi Burrows, accompanied by lecturers Glenroy Blanchett and Dr. Quincy Edwards, will benefit from the grant as they are expected to journey to MSU later this month to participate in a research and study abroad program in the areas of environmental studies, agriculture, and geography. Over 75 persons from the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis embarked on a coral reef excursion trip to Chittens Bay and White House Bay on the Southeast Peninsula as part of an awareness-raising activity for the sustainable use of natural resources. The tour, which was sponsored by the Global Environment Facility Small Grants Program, allowed students, researchers, teachers, and members of environmentally conscious groups and organizations to actively participate in the first ever activity of this nature. Director of Fisheries on Nevis and President of the Nevis Turtle Group, Lemuel Pemberton, explained that the reef area at Chittens Bay was one of the better ones that he had seen in quite some time. He explained that during snorkeling, he was able to observe different species of fish and added that in terms of fish abundance, there are quite a few in the area. Mr. Pemberton noted that the reefs in the area are in a resilient condition.
The presence of the long-spine sea urchin tells us that the reef is in pretty good condition because they will not be in good in an area where the reef is not in good condition. So we say kudos to the people who are keeping this reef in good condition, feeding the fish and also making sure that people do not go in there to take out the fish. These are basically a no-take zone.
The excursion provided an avenue for first-time snorkelers to explore the reefs. Many echoed their sentiments in being able to take part in the activity and described it as an awesome experience. Members of the community policing team within the Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force, RSCNPF, promised an enriching and rewarding experience to some 400 young people between the ages of 5 and 18 years old, attending its second annual camp, which ran from July 29th to August 4th, 2018. The initiative, now known as the Ministry of National Security RSCNPF Explorers Group Annual Summer Youth Camp, was held at the Dr. William Corner Primary School in Bastia. As the name suggests, members of the Mulphil, Molyneux and Phillips Village, St. Paul's, St. Peter's and Shadwell Explorers groups, as well as recruits for the soon-to-be established Keon Explorers Group and other children, attended the one-week camp. The Explorers Group was started by the Ministry of National Security in July 2017 as part of its community policing and social intervention initiatives. Camp activities began on Sunday, July 29th, with worship at the Zion Moravian Church in Bastia. An official opening ceremony was held on Monday, July 30th, which was attended by a number of senior government officials, including Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of National Security Osman Petty, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Education William Hodge, heads of the local security forces including the Fire and Rescue Services, Defense Force and prisons, and proud parents. The rest of the week featured an exciting mix of learning and fun activities such as presentations by the police and other stakeholder agencies, cultural presentations, a visit to the St. Kitts Eco Park, a trip to Nevis, Spelling Bee, street parade, and a fun day featuring sports, video games, and movie screenings. His Excellency the Right Honorable Dr. Sir Kennedy Alphonse Simmons was the recipient of the University of the West Indies Alumni Association UWIAA Open Campus Pelican Award. Sir Kennedy is the second alumni in the Federation to receive the prestigious award, with the first being His Excellency Sir S.W. Tapley Seaton, Governor General of St. Kitts and Nevis, who received the inaugural award in 2017. His Excellency Simmons expressed thanks to all who played a part in his achievements.
This is one occasion when I can say I was truly surprised, very much surprised. Thank you all very much for this very important and prestigious award. I do place great value on this award from my own people and from my own campus here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Thank you very much.
The award was presented during a ceremony at Government House where hundreds of persons gathered to celebrate Emancipation Day, UWI Global Giving Week, and the 70th anniversary of UWI. Thanks for viewing SKNIS Week in Review. I am Sherma Matthew. See you next week as we continue to update you, the general public, on what's happening in and around the Federation.